All right, welcome to my review of the YY Vertical Climbing Hanging Hose from the YY Vertical Company. In terms of packaging, they came like this, and then I did this, and now they look like this. They came with two extremely long pieces of string that is more than long enough for this. In fact, these two pieces of string used to be one, but then I cut it in half because they were so goddamn long. So that's good. In terms of specs, it is 19 centimeters. 19.5 or the other way around, and this is 3 centimeters. It weighs 220 grams, and there's 7 possible grips, starting with this massive jug hole. We got 25 millimeters right here, 20 millimeter, what a popular grip, 15 millimeters right here, and 10 millimeters on the opposite side right here. Not to mention the mono right here, and the pocket right there. So 7 total grips. It's made of plywood. It has some smooth corners, but the texture overall isn't so smooth that you can't tell the individual plywood panels that they were made from plywood. So it does have a little bit of texture. Whether that's something you like or not, it's up to you. I must let you know, it smells like goddamn plywood. The fun little YY Vertical logo right here has been burned into the wood, and it has a nice feel to it. It's not so deep that it's distracting, but it is there enough to let you know, hey, we made it. Now, those are all the specs, but now I need to do a thorough measurement of all of these edges, width, to make sure that they're adequately deep enough and they're just not numbers. So to quickly measure the 25, I'm going to use, yeah, that feels like 25, 20 feels like 20, and 15 feels like 15, 10 feels like 10. The mono, I'm trying to fit 2 fingers in it. Nope, it's not working. Good job designing the mono. The pocket, 2 fingers go in. I'm trying to fit a 3rd one. No, all right, good. Well, that's also well designed then. This bad boy right here. All 4 fingers could fit, but don't hang off it. It feels like your bones will break if you do that. And my knuckle is stuck now. Give me a moment. Now, there is one particularly major big design issue I have with this fun design, and that's because they have this little nice pentagon here where you could theoretically do a pull-up from very easily, but my hand size is normal, but there's just not enough space for me to fit my fingers to the point where it feels comfortable actually applying pressure down on it. This is great for 3-finger anything really, 2-finger and 1 if you want, but when you try to do like a complete jug, it just feels too taut on your fingers, especially this one and this one, to actually do any pull-ups off of, which is a bit of a loss. And I think if they just simply increase the whole design by approximately 1 to 1.5 centimeters, that will solve the issue. Or better yet, you see this real big opening slot here. If they just cut this part out and then extended this part by like I don't know, like 10 millimeters, then I think that would be a much better jug situation. Because if you buy something like this, you're not really buying it for this. You're basically buying it for just a 20 mil and 25 mil and everything else. You don't really need this. So I think that's a bit of a loss in terms of designing it. And I'm just gonna give some real quick personal opinions right before I go start testing this bad boy out. First off, the design is cool, real cool. It's a lot bigger than what you think it would be. Look, this is my face. Look how big it is next to my face. I have a normal sized face, hopefully. This is my hand. I guess it's like the size of your hand and you fully spread it out if you have a normal sized hand. It's hard to tell. Yeah, anyways, but yeah, personally, I want this to be a little bit heavier, but the fact that it's light isn't a problem. It's just a personal preference. I would have liked this to be about twice as heavy. Again, they do come in dual for the price of what? At the moment that I'm making this video, $35.90 plus tax, so it's about $10,000. Good luck on that, Amazon Prime. All right, let's go test out these bad boys. All right, I have it attached to a 55-pound weight. I'm gonna move it. Now, moving it like this does feel slightly uncomfortable for my pinky and my pointer finger, again, because this just isn't very well. But the fact that this design does have these little notches for the rope to slide down and into is very convenient. So let's just start with the biggest possible grip. Again, this is just 55 pounds, so it's not a problem. Oh yeah, that works. Feels good. Texture, not too bad. Let's switch to 25 millimeters. It's on this side. So just a switch, click right here. 25 mil. Oh, that feels good. You know, a really cool thing about this is because the rope is centralized, going straight down in accordance with your hand positioning. There's no need for you to really balance it out, because it just balances itself out, which is really nice, honestly. All right, next is 20 mil. 20 mil feels like 20 mil. You might be thinking, well, because the wood is a bit thin, am I afraid it's gonna break? No, not at all actually. It doesn't have any give or wiggle at all. No, that feels pretty good. And the texture, I thought it was gonna be a bit of a problem. Just because I climbed yesterday, my skin is a little bit sensitive, but it's just about just enough to the point where I'm like, ah, all right, that's good. All right, and let's try this 10 mil on this opposite side real quick. 10 mil, 10 mil. Let me adjust it a little bit more. 10 mil. Oh yeah, that feels like 10 mil, feels pretty good. Let me check out the pockets. Okay, now this is a slight issue. Because when I'm pulling it, because the pocket and the mono isn't centralized with this, I am getting a little bit more, here, let me test this out. Yep, no, definitely. I am getting a little bit more force coming from the left side. So when I'm pulling from here, my middle finger is getting a little bit more off the left side. And when I pull using my other hand, now my ring finger is getting a little bit more off the left side. Now this is a good or bad thing, depending on, hey, oh, I want to train pockets, but I want to make it a little bit more to my, what's this called? The ring finger. So in this case, you would do it like this, and then you would have to come around, turn around, and hit it from the other side just to make sure your fingers are even. So that is one downside about having this set up this way. Well, let's check out the mono, see how that feels. It feels awful, not because the design is awful, it's just because monos suck. Oh, hey, oh god, my mono's so weak. Give me a moment. I'm trying to see if there's like a weight difference here. No, I can't really tell with the mono, just because the mono is just one singular thing. Therefore, if it's here or here, the weight gets distributed evenly. So in terms of the smoothness on the edges around it, that's pretty good. It's not like super sharp except for the 10 mil, but again, that's a 10 mil. What do you expect? Yeah, so I would say based off of this, the practicality, here, let me try one more finger grip position. I'll do a 3-finger drag using on this really big one. That feels good. Yeah, so this right here, this inside part, great for 3 fingers. Anything, honestly, feels pretty good. Yep. Again, the biggest design issue here would be the pocket being off center simply due to the way the rope sits, which is slightly sad, honestly. But all right, now we're back here for the final conclusion of this thing. So unfortunately, this pocket was slightly off center, which makes things feel really awkward. I think I would much prefer that they simply just took this pocket and just placed it dead center. But of course, you can always remedy that by simply using this as your pocket hold, in which case it kind of makes this hole obsolete. And what they should have done is just take the mono and place it in the center and have this big hole serve as the pocket, because let's face it, that's exactly what this is. This is a design oof in those regards, which is really sad, because this would have been really almost perfect if they have just simply moved this mono to the center and just not had this pocket, because this right here is essentially a pocket for whatever you want, really. Yeah, no, honestly, again, I think this is way too big. Yeah, overall, this is really good design. I think it's super sturdy. I've yet to like put it through mileage. I think it's a good hangboard. I think it's worth the price. I mean, except for the tax, which is like $10,000, which totally sucks. I would say it's not really mobile in the sense that you should take it everywhere you go just because of how big and cumbersome it is. Again, if they wanted to make this a slightly better, more mobile design, what they would do is they would take the 10 mil and the 15 mil edge size, just cut it off right there, make a little tiny block, expand this width from 3 centimeters to 4 centimeters so that you can run a rope through it. And then from there, you will have this. Also, they will expand this by like say a centimeter or a centimeter and a half so that you have a nice jug to hold on to and you can do pull-ups off of. And then you will have the 10 mil edge, the 15 mil edge, this unlimited mil edge that you can use however you like, including as a pull-up bar. And then not only that, they will also have a pinching factor to it that will make it more mobile, and it will literally be like a fifth of the size of this, and it will serve the same purpose as this entire thing for warming up. But for my purposes, this is just going to be a home use item, and if you just plan to have it in one particular location, I think this is an excellent buy. But if you want to take it mobile, have it with you 24/7, I think you will find that this is a bit cumbersome, and it's really, yeah, needlessly cumbersome, and I think there are better options out there. Yeah, anyways, that was my review of the YY vertical climbing hang hose for wood. I mean, in wood from Amazon Prime. So yeah, order it. If you don't like it, if you got Amazon Prime, you can always return it, right? Anyways, yeah, I'll see you next time, partner.